Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking to DeviousR. He's a rapper and singer from Newcastle. He does lots of different genres from hip hop to rock, all different types of stuff. We're going to be talking about his personal journey with music making and how you can promote yourself and get more fans. How did you get into rapping?
Um, I always had a love for music since a very early young age. Like when I was, I'd say 5, 6 years old, I was writing songs and writing poetry, just random things that nothing really made sense. And sometimes my parents even filmed them, which I still have to this day on one camera. But I didn't start really taking it serious or not taking it serious, but wanting it to be a career until I was 12, and that's when I started freestyling all the time. And then when I was 14, I started recording, and now I'm 18, so I've been taking it pretty serious for a good 4 years with the recording and stuff like that.
So you've been at it since a really young age.
Yeah, definitely. It's just, I love it. Like, I just see it as my life at this point.
So does that go along with like other musical instruments and stuff like that?
Yeah, like when I very first got into music, I wanted to learn guitar, but I never really got into it. And to this day, I haven't really picked up a guitar and started with it properly. I've just been more focused on where I can push my vocals and what sounds I can create. And I just want to be versatile. But in the future, I definitely want to pick up the guitar and do some acoustic things possibly.
So what are you working on at the moment?
I've got a music video I'm waiting on getting for a EDM electronic pop type song. I don't really know what to call it. It's just a mix of sounds, I guess you could say. I'm waiting to get the music video for that, then I should be dropping that. And then I've also got a rap EP that I'm thinking about dropping in January or late December.
So is the rapping the main style or is it more just generalized?
Um, it used to be my main style. Like rap is where I first started, and everything that I create now is some form of rap in a way, I guess.
Yeah.
Even though my singing is quite different, but I have a grunge track that I've got to release as well, and the grunge song is like grunge slash hip hop. So everything kind of comes back to rap, but at the moment I've just been really focused on where I can go outside of rap rather than just sticking to rap. Like I haven't really been dropping rap songs as much as I have with all my other sounds that I've been creating.
I feel like these days the lines between the genres are a lot more blurry.
Oh, definitely. 100%. There's no limit anymore. You can create whatever you want. And if some people like it, then more people like it. And then you can make a career just off being yourself and creating what you want to hear rather than what you think people want to hear.
That's what I really like about your style is you really try and make interesting stuff rather than just catering to the masses.
Yeah, legend. Thanks, man. Like that honestly means a lot. Like that's what I strive for. That's what I want people to recognize and see.
Yeah, you've done a good job of it too.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks.
How have you gone about building your following over the years?
Um, I don't know. Like when I first started, I obviously had a very small following, but everyone was just really like everyone was really supportive, And since it's slowly gotten a bit broader, I still get the love, but like it's just I don't know how to I don't even know what to say. Like the love that I'm getting and with the followers and stuff, it's amazing, but it's just it's confusing, and I don't understand how my following is getting to where it's at. Like it's a dream, and it's hard to believe. So I'm getting like stumbling with me words and what to say.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So when did it take off?
I guess it started taking off when I dropped my first alternative rock type track. It's called Young and Addicted. I got that recorded in my own studio where I'm at now, and a German dude who produced it named Nexoration, and he also sound engineered it. Me and him released the song, and it just done numbers quite quick, and it's still doing good numbers. And it's not even my best singing song by any means, but I still hold it with a special place. I hold it in a special place in my heart because just because it was my first song getting out of rap, I guess you could say.
That's awesome, man. I'll have to check that one out for sure.
Yeah,
So
it's a different song. You see the progression for sure.
yeah, I've seen your progression just over the time that I've been following you, definitely.
Yeah, cheers, man. Cheers, thanks. It means a lot.
The stuff that you're posting now, I noticed that you are really on top of your planning and scheduling. How long is it generally before you will make a song and then release it?
Oh, like I've got songs that have been sitting on for probably 2 months, 3 months that I'm still going to be releasing in a few weeks or a few months. When I make a song, I just have to look at the list of the list of all my other songs that I have, and then I've got planned to release. So then I can work out a time like, all right, I'll release this one at this time, and then after that, I'll release this type of song. So just for example, so I'll be like May 10th, I'll release a rap song, and then May 30th, I'll release a singing song. So I just try to always release something different to the last track I had out. That's how I like to plan my things,
True.
plan my releases.
So mix it up a bit.
Yeah, for sure. I just like obviously when I'm doing an EP, I just drop the whole thing, but I do drop. I like to drop 2 to 3 singles off the EP before I drop the EP,
Yeah.
just to help hype it up. And yeah,
That was my strategy with my first mixtape that I did. Released like a few singles the month leading up to it.
yeah, bloody oath. No, it
One
helps
each
heaps.
week.
Yeah, it helps heaps. It does.
So how do you go about organizing all your stuff with everything else you got going in your life? Is it like your main career?
No, I want it to be my main career, but at this point in time, it's not. Like I do roof plumbing full time. First year apprentice going on to my second year, so I'm working there Monday to Friday, and then every afternoon that I get home from work, I'll probably go write a song or two, or try and make a beat, or just try and get some form of music done, and then on Friday night, Saturday night, or all of Sunday, I'll just record, whether I'm at my own studio or somewhere else. It's hard to plan and juggle it all, but if it is your passion, you're able to do it for sure. You're able to find a way to make it work.
Yeah. How do you manage to keep up the motivation?
I don't know. I guess because I'm one of my own biggest critics. So like every day I'm like, oh, I want to make a better song than the last. So then I'm just motivating myself. But a lot of artists around me, like producers around me, like yourself, um, sound engineers, singers, rappers that I know, or even just the A-list celebrities. I just gather motivation from that because I'm like, that's where I want to be. I can see myself there. I just got to keep pushing it further. So I'm always trying to get myself, I'm always trying to push myself forward.
Yeah, definitely. So how long did it take you to get to the point where you're at now, where you feel like you're on top of all of it?
Oh, it's taken a long time, and I don't even necessarily think that I'm there yet. I I like to think I am, and I believe I could be soon. But there's just still so much stuff to learn, so it's really freaky. But it's taken me a good 2 years to really realize like what this scene is and what I got to do to make it work. I'm starting to figure that out, which I'm grateful for. But there's always going to be hurdles in the scene of how to figure out how to get your music here or just all sorts of stuff. Like it's an ever-growing scene, so there's always competition.
Is there any advice you'd give to someone like me who's just starting up in my first year, like things that you might have done thinking was a good idea and turned out to not really pan out?
Um, my biggest problem I had is I always released everything I made, and sometimes I still do have that problem. I'd say actually, I still have heaps of unreleased songs, but you never want to always release tracks. You just want to release every few months or every 2 weeks. You know, something that's consistent but not repeatedly. And you only want to have gold. Like you want to have a song or a beat that someone listens to and they're like, that's great. Then they listen to the next one and they're like, that's great. Next one, that's great. You don't want them to listen to one and be like, that's great. Next one, that's okay. And then they lose interest. Or you don't want them to hear one of the okay songs or one of the okay beats and then they just lose interest straight away and don't bother checking out all your other beats that could be the ones they're looking for or the songs that they're looking to stream. So it's really just quality over quantity.
Yeah, that's definitely the logic I've always followed, but it's so confusing with all the different advice around. And you hear people saying, like, you should be releasing beats daily.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people say that, and like I agree to some extent, but you don't want to have to force the art. You don't want to force it by any means. Like if you make something and it's gold, release it, but you don't want to have to set yourself to like, oh, I need to make a beat today and it needs to be this good so I can drop it. Like you just want to make music when you want for you and not worry about I need to do it every day or like this every time. It's good to have a schedule, but make sure that schedule's for you
Yeah.
and not for the audience.
I feel as if I were to do that, try and release daily, it would just burn me out way too quickly.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I tried doing a Sunday freestyle, every week. When I first started, I've privated all of them now on SoundCloud though, just because they're whack. But yeah, I tried doing that every week, and I lasted like 6 times. I done like 6 Sunday freestyles. That's all I could do because, like, when I got to the 7th one, I just couldn't think of what to rap about, and I'm like, oh, why am I doing this? It's like you're giving away your Sunday then because you've always got to do that same thing on a Sunday, so you can't really make plans because you have to go do that freestyle that I was doing. Or like with you, if you had to make a beat at a certain time every week, you'd burn yourself out because then you're losing that day because it's all focused on that.
I've just been trying to keep myself focused on like a main project at a time and releasing things around that?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
How do you go about your promotion and things like that?
At the moment, I'm looking for, don't even know how to pronounce the last word, but playlist curators. I'm pretty sure that's it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at going to them for promotion through Spotify, and then for Instagram and stuff like that. I just go through Instagram itself for promotion, or I pay like Australian rap or Australian music pages to promote my stuff. And that's the main stuff I do for promotion. But before I drop a track, I always let everyone know 1 to 2 weeks in advance, and get them to pre-save it if it's on all platforms, or just set a mark on their calendar or something. Like I'm always just sending, every time I've got a song, I'm just continually sending it to people like, hey, this is dropping at this time, make sure you listen to it. And then when it drops, I just send it to them all at the same time. Like I even have a list on my notes on my phone of people to tag when I share one of my songs to Facebook, just because I've said on my Facebook, on one of my Facebook posts that if you want to be tagged in my future releases, comment. All these people comment, I've put them on the list. So I continually get those people to listen to my music. And
That is a great idea.
Yeah, 100%. Thanks, bro. Thanks.
So, how's your experience been so far with the Instagram promotion and the promotion pages and stuff like that?
Good. There's a lot of pages that will rip you off 100%. Like a lot of Instagram pages will have heaps of followers, and you'll pay them like $50, $20 or something, whether it's small or a big fund. You don't want to be wasting your money. So you'll pay them for the promotion, thinking they have all these followers when it's just botted. And the same thing can be with Spotify, and it's a bad thing for artists, because it gives a lot of artists false hope, because they look and see all these numbers on their Instagram, or all these likes, or see their Spotify, their Apple Music, their SoundCloud, or whatever. And they're like, oh my God, I have so many fans. They're just so proud of themselves because they've achieved their dream. And then they try to sell out a show, but they're not really going to get any tickets because all the numbers or all the followers are just fake. So it just like gives you false hope, really.
Yeah, they're not actually real fans.
Yeah, 100%. So there's a lot of scams out there, but there's a lot of good ones that I go to. I'm looking at more Spotify playlist curators now, rather than promotion companies and promotion through Instagram, just because I'm still getting promo through Instagram, but I'm not 100% worried about Instagram at the moment. Like, I think I just want to grow my music, and then my socials will grow from there.
How do you think you find a curator that is good? Because I know there's a lot of them out there that aren't.
Well, you just got to look for a playlist on Spotify that's, how can I say it? Like, the music that's in that playlist is like the beats or the songs that you make. So then you contact them, you send them the song, and normally, if they have a lot of followers, it's going to be fake. But I like to go for ones where the playlist that they've got has about, say, 5 to 20K followers, because there's some that have 200 to 300,000, and yeah, some could be real, but a lot could just be botted, and then they just charge top dollar when it's just all botted. So I like to stick to the smaller numbered ones, and just go for the ones that have my taste of music and the music that I'm presenting to them.
So how do you go about getting in contact with them?
Normally you just got to find them through Instagram. That's where you find playlist curators first, I believe. Well, that's how I've done it and how musician mates that I've got do it. So that you just find them through Instagram and then check out their playlists and see what it's like, or you can just go through Google and look for them there and then find their Gmail.
So how would you find them on Instagram? Do you mean like the promotions?
No. So like you can just find people's accounts and like some will just have playlist curator in their bios. So if you just go into Instagram search or whatever, you can just search it through Instagram and then it will come up with their account and just all their other social media crap.
Fair enough.
Then also like a Spotify link thing. And then, you can check if their Spotify playlist is real numbers, low numbers, or big numbers, or your sort of music that you're presenting them.
I have seen a bit of that, but I've generally sticked away from it for now because I've had bad experience with promotion and stuff myself.
Yeah, a lot of people will take your money then just not give you anything at all. Like, that's happened to me a lot of times, unfortunately. So I try not to spend much money into it anymore. I'm still spending quite a bit, but my biggest thing that seems to work with getting your music out there is collabs. So like collab with a well-known artist in your area or in a different area or a different country or wherever, and just collab with all sorts of people, hop on all sorts of other people's songs, just so you can build a fan base from all over the world rather than just your area that you're in.
So how do you feel about management and that type of thing? Are you looking towards getting a manager or signing to a label, or are you going to be an independent artist?
I don't know. Like, I would like to have a manager because a lot of like the releasing and then all the I just want to make music rather than having to share my songs all the time and all that stuff. So a manager would be good to do all those sort of things because I just find it to be quite stressful sometimes, especially when you're trying to juggle real life things as well as your music. I would possibly like to sign to a label in the future, depending on if my music is still my music and if I still have all my rights to it and all that sort of stuff. But if it's able to get me out there, I'll definitely do it just because I want to show the world what I've got, I guess you could say.
Have you done any events or anything in the past?
No, never. Unfortunately, I'm keen to do some. I was meant to do my first in April. I was going to do a show with some mates. I was going to do an opening set for them actually, but because of Corona, it kind of ruined that opportunity for me. But
Yeah, it's been really difficult.
Yeah, 100%. It's just ruined everything in the music industry, unfortunately. But I'm hoping to do my first show soon.
I know that my friend MC Mercy, he's managed to get himself a few shows over the years. Really,
Yeah.
I think it's just down to the connections when it comes to that sort of thing.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Definitely has something to do with the connections because, like, if you know the right person, they can just put you on stage for a big person or like a big artist or whatever, and that can just really give you the first setting stone for your career. So yeah, connections has a big thing to do with shows and all things like that.
Yeah, he's always been into the music scene of like he plays guitar and drums and that sort of thing. So that's how he got himself in there.
Nice, good on him.
That's what I'm hoping to do is get into DJing to help hopefully promote my beats a little bit more.
Yeah, bloody oath, man, go for it. Like, there's no limit to what you do, man. Like, I want to do as much things as I can in music. Like, I want to be able to sell beats. I want to be able to sound engineer tracks for people. I want to be able to have people record in my studio. Like, I just want to do as many things as I can do in music and help have my name on it.
I definitely find that like playing guitar, playing keyboard, doing all different types of musical things helps build a better understanding of like the basic concepts behind it, the things that relate to everything.
Definitely. I 100% agree with you. Like, I really need to get into that stuff a lot more because I have a guitar. I haven't used it. I have a keyboard. I use it whenever I'm producing beats, but I don't really just use it and see how far I can go with it. It's just for the simple things. But yeah, I really want to get into instruments more just to learn the basic fundamentals, as you were saying, and just see what I can cook up instrumentally.
Yeah, and you can sort of approach songwriting from a different angle, the instrumental angle rather than the vocal first.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Do you have any tips for people on how to write songs better?
Hmm. Well, since I just started out as freestyling, I've always been better at freestyling than actually writing sometimes, I feel. But the best tips for writing is, as I've said before, is don't force it, of course. And when writing, always write with the same syllables, like each line have the same amount of syllables, because then that will just flow perfectly. I always try to write at least 4 to 8 bars a day, and just doing that will help you get better and quicker at your writing.
How would you go about translating a freestyle into a recorded song?
I used to actually film my freestyles just with my camera whenever I felt like I was going to do a good one, or whenever I was just doing one of the day, because I used to do them every day. I don't that much anymore. I write every day rather than freestyle every day now. But yeah, so I would film myself on my camera freestyling just on my phone, and then I'd listen over the freestyle and then write down each lyric that I liked and get that onto just my notes in my phone or onto paper, and I'll just go record that then. Or if I feel like a good freestyle's come, or if I'm on my computer and I'm looking for beats, I'll listen to a beat. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to do a freestyle to this. I'll just download it with MP3 juices straight away, put it on, put my headphones on, and I'll go record. Me and Teeks, shout out the Teeks. Me and Teeks are dropping a raw take freestyle in a few weeks, and we're also doing a collab EP as well.
So, how do the processes of like freestyling and songwriting combine when it comes to making like a chorus and all that kind of stuff in a more thought out type of song?
I can never seem to like, if I freestyle a hook, as soon as I freestyle the hook, I have to stop and then just write that down straight away. I can never freestyle the hook and then remember it after to freestyle it. But it's hard. Like, freestyling and writing is so different. Like, writing for me can be very difficult, and I'll be stuck at it for, say, like, have writer's block for a week or something. But for that whole week, I'll be able to freestyle. It's weird. Yeah, I don't understand how it works. It could be. It's most likely it's different for other people. But for me, whenever I'm in my element, I guess you could say, I'll be in my bathroom or in my studio, have a beat playing. I'll like freestyle 2 lines. I'll be like, yep, that's the start off. I'll write that down, cut down the syllables, just so it fits properly, because sometimes in freestyle you don't have it all fit. Like, you say, stretch out words too much or whatever, stuff like that. And then I'll have those 2 lines that I wanted to start with, and then I'll play the beat, rewind the beat back 10 seconds, play it again, rap those 2 lines, then try and rap another 2 lines over it, be like, yep, that's it. Write those down, then work out another rhyme to do another 4-bar, or go with the same rhyme.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like the process of making music, whether it comes to vocals or instruments, is more or less the same. Just trying to come up with some sort of interesting thing and then improvise on it and change it a little bit and make variations.
Yeah, like it's all very alike 100%. It's crazy how it is all alike and how it all works. And just how sounds blend with other sounds and all stuff like that, and how writing music, like writing vocals or writing tracks for your keyboard or whatever, like everything's just like you do it differently, but it's all the same thing. Well, you don't even do it differently, but it all comes down to the same thing anyways, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I was completely amazed when I figured out that any song could be played on any instrument.
It's mad, eh?
I was just like, what? How?
Yeah, it's weird, eh? It's mad how sounds work. It's crazy.
So is there anything that you wanted to talk about to promote or anything like that?
Well, I've got a music video that should be dropping in 2 weeks, or 4 weeks maybe, depending on when I get it. That's called Spaced Out, which is an electronic EDM pop song. I don't even have a proper genre for it, just because it's a blend of sounds. But I have that releasing, and then I have my rap EP, which is called Bars and Emotions, which is dropping in late December or early January. 2 tracks off it have already dropped, which are Too Long and I Hope You're Now Okay, so you can go stream those. But yeah, that's what I've got from my promotion.
Nice. Plenty of stuff releasing over the next couple of months.
Yeah, for sure. I've got heaps of stuff stacked up. I'm planning on making a second SoundCloud just to put all songs that I don't know what to do with on there, and eventually private a lot of songs on my main SoundCloud and move them to my second SoundCloud, just so on my more popular SoundCloud I just have my songs that are gold.
Speaking of SoundCloud, how many like services and stuff like that are you paying for your music?
Like distribution services.
Yeah, like there's like lots of things that you can get into distribution, SoundCloud.
I go with SoundCloud Unlimited Pro Plus or something, I think it is. Just so then I can earn a bit of coin off streams. It's only little money, but it still adds up. And I also have it because the main reason I have it is because you can change your masters on it, like change the full song. So like if you make a song, you upload it, gets like 100 likes, and then you have a new version of the song that's better, and you don't want to have to upload a new one and not get back to the 100 likes straight away. You can just upload upload a different song to that same file.
Yeah, that is a really good feature. So is that for distribution as well on Spotify and
that? No, they don't have that with on Spotify, I don't think. Well, not of my knowledge, but I go through DistroKid through all of my distribution. They're decently priced. I don't know if I'll be going with them in the future anymore, just because there's a lot of things coming out about them not paying properly. But I'm not too worried about the money, but I have looked into it, and it's like $1,500 difference, could be. So it's a bit stingy. So I want to move away from DistroKid, but they're really decent for when you're starting out and for when you don't have heaps of money, because you can pay like $30 or $50 a year to upload unlimited music. Or then they have ones like TuneCore. TuneCore actually pay you properly from what I hear, but you have to pay them like $30 every time you want to upload a song, or $80 every time you want to upload an album.
So for an artist that's not making a lot of money, something more like DistroKid would be better off.
Yeah, yeah. So DistroKid's good for starting out, and there's a lot of things now that's happening. Artists are pushing forward for all distribution companies like Spotify and Apple Music, YouTube, all of them, like all places you push your music, to pay a minimum of 1 cent per stream. And if that happens, like that will help everything 100% for all artists. But if that happens, then DistroKid will be able to pay properly then, I guess. But yeah, so DistroKid's great because like you pay a cheap price, and that's you can just upload unlimited music. So that's the main reason I go through them, is just because I just want to upload as much as I can. But once I get more popular and start doing shows and it starts becoming my main career, that's when I'll probably branch into a different distribution company, just so I can get the money that is rightfully mine, and pursue my career further that way.
Yeah, the monthly costs for distribution and different plugins and SoundCloud and all these things can definitely add up to a fair chunk.
Oh, it does. It does. It's crazy. Like, I just like sometimes I get annoyed because I just want to make music. I don't want to have to spend money on making music. You know what I mean? But like, it's how it is, and it's great though at the same time, because yeah, you got to spend a lot of money on music when you're first starting out, but when you get a lot more into it, eventually you can be making back that money.
That is true.
So, yeah, so you just got to always realize that when you're starting out, you're going to be spending more that you make, but once you learn everything you need to learn, or learn most of the things, you'll be able to start selling your skills and selling your talent, which is slowly starting to happen.
Do you think that it's important to have a plan with what you're going to do with your music if you don't become super famous?
Yeah, 100%. You always want to have a plan before you go do music. I want to just say that first. You don't want to look at music as, all right, this is going to be my job forever. Like, you're always going to have a plan B, which is what I'm doing, being a roof plumber. But yeah, with your question, you never want to go into it wanting to be famous. You just want to go into it and make music. But yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I've always believed if you go into things with a reason for doing it other than because you enjoy it, then you most likely won't want to keep doing it in the long run.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, if you just go into it like, oh, I want to make money, I want to be rich, I want to be famous, I want everyone to know me. Like, obviously, part of you goes into it for that, but if that's the main reason, you're not really going to get anywhere with it, and you're just going to get annoyed because it takes a very, very, very long time for your peak or your even little pickup to start.
Do you see yourself potentially in the future in a different career within the music industry?
Different as how? Like, different in
Inside of the studio or behind the scenes?
No, I believe I'll always be a
An
like
artist.
and rapper. Yeah, I believe I'll always be an artist. I'd like if it doesn't work out for me, if I don't make it my main career, if I don't make a job out of it, I'd definitely like to be a sound engineer or a producer and just yeah, help people make music, or even open up my own studio and just let the public come in to just make music and just help people get their art out there, because that's why I sell studio time at my place, or when my friends come over, I'll get my mates to make all the music that they want to make, just so everyone, like I know all my friends and that, have a platform to put their art out on.
Yeah, it's always really cool bringing in somebody who doesn't really understand the recording side of things and having them like record their song and listen to it and they just like, oh, this is so good.
Yeah, bloody oath. It's a mad feeling.
Showing somebody how it's done and all that.
Yeah, it's mad just because like you create a lot of good friends just through music, I believe. Like a
That's
lot of
definitely been my experience so far.
yeah, same here, man. Like I've only met good people through it, you know.
There's a few people out there that are trying to just get everyone's money, but I think they're pretty obvious from the get go.
Oh, 100%. You can tell just by when they comment on your stuff like, oh, bro, come buy my beat, or bro, come get my promo service, come do this, and it's like, no, they're just after your money. They don't want to help you.
How do you go about promoting yourself in that way? Like, do you know of a way to differentiate yourself from spam?
No, I haven't really worked out a way to do it. It because unfortunately the spam and all the people that are just after your money are always going to be coming to you, especially when you use hashtags and stuff like that. Just because a lot of those people follow hashtags just so then they can comment on your stuff and text you and spam you, just to buy their stuff. And then like I've had some that have contacted me and they're showing me very decent animated music videos. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go through them, and like they're all professional. Their accounts look real, and they've told me their price. I'm like, yeah, we'll figure something out. Give me a few weeks, I'll get back to you. And then not even 2 or 3 days later, I got a message from a different Instagram handle, um, showing the same work, saying this is my work. I can make a piece for you like this. So there's a lot of fakes and there's a lot of spam bullshit that you have to overcome. But the main thing you want to do is look through every message you get, because sometimes you can get great messages and great offers, but you don't have to reply to them all straight away. And if they look like they're just copy and pasted, don't even bother replying. Some of them are just crazy. Like I've dealt with some that are trying to like sell me like cartoon pictures that they'll make of me and stuff like that, like a logo design, stuff like that. And they'll, as soon as I say, nah, I'm all good, thanks, like I've already got an art piece, I don't need it or whatever, they'll just start calling me a dick or just telling me I'll never make it, just like, just guilt trip, well, not even guilt tripping you, but just being an asshole just because you don't want to buy their stuff that they've got for you. So I just stick to I go through a lot of friends and fans that do art and stuff like that, and get them to do my designs.
Yeah, that's a good strategy. If it's somebody that is following you and you're following them and interacting with each other and you know that they're actually a legitimate creator.
Yeah, yeah. You want to know them before they come at you and try to sell you something.
Yeah, definitely.
You want to be spoken to like a normal human rather than like, oh, I can make money out of you. Hey, buy this. Like, that's not the first message you want to see.
So is it the same person that you always have making your music videos for you?
Yeah, yeah, Noah Dawson has filmed every music video for me, and he's edited every single one. This new one, Spaced Out, for the electronic EDM pop song that should be coming out. Um, a different dude named Pedro. These two people are from Newcastle. They should be Pedro should be editing it. I one time I had one of my best mates film my music video, and then I got Noah Dawson to edit it, just because we were out drinking and just having a good night. We just wanted to get a music video done, so we done that. That music video is privated now, just because a few months later I didn't end up liking the song, so I took it down. But I still got that video and still hold it to my very close to my heart, just because it was just a mad night, just chilling with my friends, having fun with my camera, just doing what we wanted.
Yeah, impromptu making videos.
Yeah, buddy.
That's sort of how I got into it back when I used to hang out with my friend Mercy. We used to just sit in his shed and he would make raps and I would like help him record it and try and make beats and stuff on his computer.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, good stuff. No, it's mad fun just making music with your friends, or just any form of creative art with your friends is just, it's just mad. It's just a good way to like bond with mates or bond with family. It's just through art and music.
Do you go to a lot of music events or pre-COVID?
Um, yeah, I wouldn't say I go to a lot. I've only ever been to, I went to a festival called A Day on the Green. I forget a fair few of the artists that were there. There were five main artists, but my favorite one was Rodriguez, because I've listened to his music since I was, I don't know, a baby, I guess you could say, because mum and dad used to always play him for me. And that's where I even got this the shirt that I'm wearing now. I got that from the event. But yeah, so that was my first festival when I was about 14 then. So that gave me made me realize what the full like music scene was like. And then I went to a Dune Rats concert when I was 15, and that's when I first got introduced to moshing, and that was crazy in the mosh pit. That was mad. And then I ended up going to a Chillinit concert. I think it was last year or the year before. I'm not too sure, but yeah, it was last year. It was last year. Yeah, so I went to a Chillinit concert last year. That was mad. But yeah, I've only ever been to free music events, I guess you could say then.
Yeah, I've only been to like one myself, I think. I went to the Cursor concert in Sydney.
Yeah.
So I think about like actually performing live and DJing and all that stuff. It's pretty nerve wracking for me.
Oh, dude, I agree. Like, I'm scared to do it 100%. I need to get out of my comfort zone and just start calling up places. Like, since everything's starting to cool down now with COVID, well, in Australia it is. But yeah, start calling places up and being like, oh, can I perform? Or is there open mic night? Oh, rah, rah, just trying to put myself out there more. But yeah, I agree with you. It's a very nerve-wracking thing, like putting yourself out there in public where everyone can see you. Whereas if you're doing it on a computer or over the phone, it's just what you see online rather than what's at you.
And you have that chance to edit everything and make it perfect and exactly the way you want it before it goes out there.
Exactly right, man. Exactly right. Whereas doing it live, it's just all up to you in that moment to make it gold. So it's very scary.
How do you feel about doing your first performance?
I'm definitely nervous, but I think I'm more keen than anything. I'm worried for a few reasons, because I don't know what to present. I believe when I first do my first show, I'll be doing my rap stuff, but I don't know if I'll ever be able to do my singing stuff in public. I don't think. Eventually, I'll be able to, but not. I won't be able to sing on stage at this point. I'll be able to rap on stage easily, I believe, but I just need to get more rap songs out um, and get more recorded.
And that's always the question, isn't it? Is people gonna like the selection of songs? Could you have chosen something better that people would have liked more?
Yeah, yeah, that's what freaks me out a lot as well. Is just like I don't know what to show them. Like I don't know what my best is. Like I have a few songs of mine that are my favorites, but I still don't know like what my best really is because it's all up to the audience, I guess, what my best is to them, obviously.
Yeah, there's that feeling like, do you go with like analytics and what the numbers say is the best, or with like that feeling of what you feel like is better?
It's you don't know really which one to choose. Like I think I'll probably go with the songs that I think are better rather than just looking at the numbers. But then at the same time, that could screw me over. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Well, I think we've covered a lot of topics so far. How long have we been talking for?
I wouldn't have a clue. Probably about an hour, I think.
All right, well, it was good to chat to you, man.
Yeah, no, you too, bro. It was good having a little catch up and getting this thing going. Cheers for wanting me to come on it. Means a lot.
Oh, thanks for being on it, man.
Yeah, no, all good. Yeah, glad to be on it and get it done with you.
I've got to come to your studio sometime, man. It looks so sick.
No, bloody oath, bro. I'll get you over in a few weeks or something, man. And we'll cook up some beats.
All right, man. Good to talk to you. Have a good one.
No worries, you too, bro. Stay safe. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for listening. Remember to check out DeviousR. He's on Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Instagram.